All right, welcome to episode 2 of A Walk in Wisdom. Today we're going to speak about taking a selfish step. Now that word selfish has lots of negative connotations to it, but so often, and the people that I talk to, what stops them from actually stepping into the life that they're meant to be living is them just taking a selfish step. Because your life is going to be ruled by others, companies, bosses, family members who tell you what to do, friends who tell you what to do. Oh, there's a cat climbing a roof there. People who tell you what to do, but until you decide what you want to do, you are going to be living someone else's life. You're going to be living what someone else wants you to do. And quite recently, my little family and I, we've realized how much we've been stuck in the rat race. Now, I don't know if you've been feeling like this. I know a lot of people feel like this. But recently, we're just like, man, we are tired of it. We're exhausted of it. And it's such an exhausting game to play. My partner describes it perfectly. It's like, that picture of a carrot that's dangling in front of a donkey, and the donkey's always trying to get to it, but it never can get to it because someone's controlling the carrot in front of it, just so the donkey keeps going, and it never reaches the carrot. And that's how this game feels. That's how the rat race feels, and that's the race that most people are in. And quite recently, we've come to this realization that we're in a race that we don't even want to win. And maybe you feel that same way too, that you're in a race that you don't even want to win. And a step further than that is, maybe you're in a race that you don't even want to be in. So not only is it a race that you don't want to win, it's a race that you don't even want to be in. It's like if you're a 100-meter sprinter and you get put in the event of shot put or javelin throwing. It's just not your event. Not only do you not want to win that event, but you don't even want to be in that event. So you're running the wrong race. And the funny thing is that I believe that when you actually step into, wow, it's such a beautiful sunset. When you actually step into the race that you're meant to be in, the race that aligns with you and what you're put on this earth to do, there actually is no competition. Because that's what you were born to do. That's what you were put here on this earth to do. So I want you to remember one thing from this video, and that is that your life will truly begin when you decide to do what you truly want to do. As you'll discover when you take this step, or after you take this step, this selfish step leads you to a selfless life. A selfish step can often lead you to a selfless life. And I know I've said races a lot this video. That's how it feels, right? It feels like you're just running around and barely anything is getting done. I know a philosopher, Alan Watts, he has this quote that says, everyone is running around like headless chickens. They're trying to go here, they're trying to go there, but really, they're not anywhere. They're never present. And if you slow down, if you get really present and really honest with yourself, if you just stop for a freaking second, you will see how beautiful things are around you. You will see opportunities that you haven't seen before. Because think about it, why other people can't see opportunities, maybe why you haven't seen the opportunities that are in your life right now, is because you've just been running around. And I'm not speaking that directly to you, I'm kind of speaking to myself here as well. We all get caught in this. And that's part of the race, right? What's a race? A race is when you're running, you're trying to win. But that's the whole thing, is that people are running. And when you're running, what happens? Things around you blur. But when you start walking, when you start slowing down, things around you become clear. They start quietening down. And what happens when you start living like that is you start being able to hear yourself. And most people, I'll tell you a secret, most people, they don't even know that they have an inner world. They don't even know that they have a self that talks to them. They don't even know how much their mind is ruling their life. But if you slow down and you get really in tune with what you're thinking about, you can learn to change those thoughts around. And when you change your thoughts, you can change your life. I promise you that. Because I don't know about you, but very recently, I've noticed getting back into like a city kind of life, and we're in the suburbs. It's not that bad here, but it's as city as we're ever going to be, and we're looking to get out of here. But it is not normal to drive hours a day in a car. That is not normal. It is not normal to sit behind a desk for hours in the day. That is not normal. It is not normal to sit behind a television, watch television for hours of a day, or sit behind your phone for hours of a day. That is not normal. But all of these things become very normalized in society, but they are not normal. And I discovered this a lot when I put my phone down for 3 months straight, back when I was 22 years old, and I started like opening my eyes and started getting into spirituality and all that. I put my phone down for 3 months, and I really saw like things that were right in front of me that changed my life, that were always in front of me, but I just never saw them because I either had a phone in front of me, or I was smoking weed at the time, or I was drinking a beer, or there was television on. And all of these things are just distracting you from the life that you're actually meant to be living. Maybe in my next walk of wisdom, I'll talk about distractions. But I think that's one thing that we don't fully comprehend, is that all of the opportunities to change your life are already in your life. They're already there. And I've said that before in a previous video, but it's true. They're all right in front of you. But it's just how distracted you are getting. And I'm telling you, where you want to be and like what you need to do to get there is actually really, really simple. It's from A to B. But what happens is we put so many letters in between A and B, so we end up going like, instead of going from here to here, we go like from here and then, distracted in a party life, bad relationship, up here, and then we keep getting distracted, so it takes us 10 times longer to get to where we actually are meant to be and living the life that is truly aligned with us, where everything just kind of falls into place. And I'm not saying that life is like easy or there's no challenges. Of course there's challenges, but it's a whole lot better than the life that you're living now. And to get there, it's very simple. You need to slow down. I'm telling you, that inner voice that you have, that maybe you've heard a couple times inside yourself, that voice can really guide you somewhere very special. And oftentimes it does require this selfish step for you to take. And remember, selfishness isn't a bad thing. A selfish step can lead to a selfless life. And so if there's something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, and you just think, I'm not ready to do it, other people are kind of talking you out of it, you're talking yourself out of it, you're like, no, but I just want to stay like in this comfort zone, I have things really good here, but you've been thinking about it for a long time. Well, repeated thoughts are messengers. Repeated thoughts are messengers. So every single thought that keeps coming to you is coming to you for a reason. It's trying to point you in a certain direction. It's trying to get you to go. But your mind can't get you to go there. You have to move your body. You have to take that first step. And sometimes that step is a selfish step. This has been episode 2 of A Walk in Wisdom. I hope you guys are enjoying it. The camera was pretty crappy on episode 1, but now I fixed it. So now you can see my beautiful face. All right. I'll see you in the next episode. Next time I go for a walk.